We live in an era infatuated by the concepts of bigger is better, more is essential, wants are needs. This is all consumerism. But what if we all took a step back and flipped the light switch off? What if we looked at the bigger picture and realized that our society is doomed if we persist through our lives like this? If we woke up and thought about it, these big corporations and brands are manipulating us, brainwashing us. And so, how do we know this? Research has shown that the average person spends 3 hours and 15 minutes on their phones daily, with 1 out of 5 people spending 4.5 hours daily. Now that begs the question, what exactly are they doing? Scrolling. Scrolling through social media, that is. And during that time of mindless scrolling, they come across ads, their favorite content creators being sponsored, product placements, news about the latest fashion trends. This famous model gave this one the side eye, this actor is retiring. This is why you need the brand new iPhone 14 Pro. Mindless scrolling. Being fed information to make you think that these products, brands, items are what you need in your life. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad thing to keep up with all the trends in our modern society, but where do we draw the line? The average person wastes $18,000 a year. That's 347,132 Rand wasted, spent on things people thought they needed, but in fact didn't at all. This all happens because of mass manipulation done by brands, subtly feeding information into our subconscious while we go on with our day-to-day lives. Like, as said before, through means of social media, advertisements when we watch TV or YouTube, billboards as we drive on the highway. We might not think much of it, but it slowly creeps into our minds. And next thing you know, you're at the petrol station buying an ice-cold Coca-Cola, which is rarely ever that cold, without realizing you passed a Coca-Cola billboard 10 kilometers back. The worst of it all, these brands usually end up lying to you. That Coke Zero you bought at the petrol station is probably worse for you than normal Coke, because it contains a substance called aspartame, which is 200 times sweeter than sucrose, and is officially identified as a drug. And it even increases chances of heart disease. And that's not even the only case where this happens. Many companies slam labels on their products saying free of, non-toxic, ozone-friendly, or ozone-safe, and in which many cases they don't even have the proof to back up the claims. Companies hide sugar in their products under different names, like sugarcane extract or cane juice. I mean, how often do you look at the ingredients list and understand what it's saying? Basically never, and the companies know that. What we really seem to neglect is how these companies affect the environment, with pollution as a result of manufacturing the products we all seem to love. There's over 269,000 tons of plastic in the ocean today, due to 8 million pieces of plastic making its way to the ocean every day, with 2.1 billion tons of solid waste polluting the earth annually. At this rate, it's expected that by 2050, the highest cause of death will be environment-related, which includes poor air and water quality, lack of sanitization, and exposure to toxic chemicals. But I mean, as long as you have your Zara handbag, luscious skincare products, or that new PlayStation, it doesn't matter, right? Now, I'm not telling you can't treat yourself to something every now and again, but rather start thinking of how to be a responsible consumer. Be wary of what companies say, and maybe even do some of your own research into the products you use, to gain an understanding of how companies can lie and cause harm to the environment. Perhaps even boycott these products and brands. Think to yourself of what kind of world you want to live in the future. Become part of the change.